What's up, guys? Jessa here, and been doing some things around the house, getting ready for Christmas and all the fun stuff that comes with that. So I was going to show you a few of the little projects that we got done, we've been working on, and things like that. So this probably doesn't look like much to you guys, but Melissa made this coat hanger, and prior to that, I had a bad habit of just throwing them on the back of the couch. So you can imagine how annoying that is when you're trying to sit on the couch and there's coats in your way and yada yada. So we kind of rearranged this corner to utilize the space, moved our recycling still over here, moved the dog food over here along with the can recycling. So, I mean, it's kind of an eyesore, but I feel that it's worth it because I like to recycle. I like to recycle my cans, that sort of thing, but man, this makes a huge difference. Our hats are kind of organized there. We still have a few random things hanging here on my wine rack that probably could go to a better home, but for now, this looks awesome and it made a big difference to the look of the house. Other little project I just started, and you can see Belle is super interested in it, and that is I'm tanning some of my rabbit hides. And I'm not going to get into it too much because it's my first time doing it and I don't want to like mislead someone into thinking that I know what the hell I'm doing. I don't. I'm going off of an article I found on Mother Earth News. So it is chemical based, not the battery acid one, but if you want to read about it, it's on Mother Earth News. That's the way I'm trying to do it. If I have success, I will certainly let you guys know how it turns out. But I've got two batches because the first one I'm pretty sure I already screwed up because I didn't pay attention to how much water to put in the recipe, so it's probably diluted. But the second batch should be right, and so I'm excited. These are just black hides, maybe the first or second batch that I butchered with my mom. So I'm excited. I still have several more in the freezer, so if this works out, I'll definitely be doing more, which leads me to kind of my next little project that I'm doing is I put together a Etsy shop, and right now I literally only have two things in it, and it's just stuff that I found around the farm, just neat stuff that I don't really have a use for here. So I'm going to put some more things up, and what kind of drove me to do that is I had a gal that runs an Etsy shop purchase blown out quail eggs from me, and I got to looking into it, and that's a pretty common thing to sell on Etsy is blown out eggs, and so I thought it'd be easier for her to buy them off of me next time, just go through Etsy. She doesn't have to contact me directly, and then if anybody else wanted to purchase some. So I've got a few things, a few ideas of stuff I'm gonna put on there. I'm making some crafts for like Christmas presents, and maybe if I have extra or get really ambitious, I'll sell some on Etsy. As you guys probably know, Melissa's really good at like wood burning and stuff, and so I'll show you some of the stuff she's made in the past in case you haven't seen that. So it's just little things like that we're putting together that we'll put on our Etsy shop. We're not looking to make millionaires off of it. It's only like 20 cents to post something, so whatever, worth a shot, right? So here's one of the signs that Melissa made for me with her wood burning. So you can see that, I think is just it's either a barn board or a pallet board that she made, and we put the barbed wire hanger on there. This is one that she did with color that turned out really cool. And then this is another one that she had done for me. She was kind of bummed because the S is a little wonky, but it turned out really nice. And she's made some other stuff too, and she is working on some more projects right now. And she put up curtains for me. You guys, I am not a homey type of person, but I think these look awesome. They turned out really nice. There's my chickens out there. So yeah, she's making this house a home and it looks Awesome. Belby! Hi, baby. That's not your couch. Belle has her own couch. This is my old couch. Cat's couch. This is our new, aka thrift store couch. Here's another sign that I made just for shits and giggles. I'll probably make a few more of those for Christmas presents, I think. This is another project that Melissa's working on. She's hoping to hang these, hopefully that'll hold. Hang these up kind of by the windows, I think, is her game plan there. So that'll be cool. And here's a Buddha. Hey, baby. 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 I got my quail moved out here. You can see I'm trying to contain them. I've been flying everywhere. This is the other project that I was working on. You can see I don't have that window done, but I put plastic on some windows around the house. So you can see there behind me that I did put some plastic on the outsides of some of the windows. This room still has old windows in it, and so the plastic will just help keep the wind and the drafts down a little bit. I did put some around my bedroom windows too, and those are new windows. But you know, this is old siding and still seems to catch a draft. Plus our bedroom is the farthest from the furnace. So it's always the weakest heat in the house and then the weakest air conditioning. So, you know, every little bit of insulation you can put up in the bedroom is gonna help a lot. So hopefully this will keep our heat bill down. Plus I only run the furnace. I think the highest I usually put it while we're home is like 67. Lots of blankets, sweaters, that sort of thing. I'm not as hardcore as some people I've come to find, but yeah, I try to keep it as low as possible. I finally got the oldest rabbit that was in here sold. So hopefully these guys can see that rabbit, I think, was picking on them. And you can't really tell on the white one so much, but you can see a little bit on that black one there that I think it was picking on them and pulling some of their fur. So I'm glad I got rid of her. She wasn't very nice. And this is Bub. He's my new buck. He's a good boy. I think he may have got the job done with Jackie. So I got that written on the calendar, and we'll see how he does. I'm not 100% what breed he is, but he's quite large. So I'd like to think he's got a little Flemish in him, but his ears aren't huge. But he's a pretty nice boy. And old Harley. What you doing, girly? Baby girl! What are you doing? Are you sassy? Are you sassing mama? What are you doing? Look at this sweetheart. Oh, she baby. Oh, she baby. Yeah, I love her. The other thing I did earlier this week is just more wind breaks on our chicken tractors. We were going to move the older ones into here, so I put tarp around and a few more feed sacks, but we decided to go ahead, put the older ones in the coop. They'll be warmer in there, and then we brought the young ones out, and they're in there, and they're doing pretty good. Excuse me. Speaking of the young ones, it's so funny how much friendlier these guys are. Could you hold still? See, smile. You're on camera. Yeah, you're on camera. Are you a nice chickie? You kind of look like Ray Ray. Okay, bye-bye. You just want to follow me and be grumpy, I guess. The goats are all doing good. Oh, here's my, I don't know what this is. This is me being lazy. So this is a PVC pipe that I ran down to the bucket here and just hang it there with a piece of wire. Easy to take on and off. And then I have their buckets fill in while I'm doing either feeding them or taking care of the ducks, that sort of thing. So it's just a little time saver. I like to multitask whenever I can. So that's all that is. It's nothing fancy. Later this week, I will be getting my shed. They finally called me with a day, so I'm excited to get that in place and then finish my fence up around that, which will be interesting because I don't have a ton of fencing left. I'll probably use my panels, but I'll come up with something so that the goats can have some real coverage when it gets really, really cold. It's been kind of in the 40s lately. Today is not too bad. There's just a little bit of a breeze. It's kind of cool. But that'll be nice to have the goats out of the elements. And these little things are something else that we just put around the house. They're like vent deflectors, and some of our vents are like right next to the window. And so when the air shoots up, it goes right up the back of this curtain, and it's just kind of a waste. So we found these deflectors at Walmart. They've got magnetic strips on them, so they stick right to your vents, and as long as you don't kick them when you get up to go to the bathroom, Melissa, they stay right on, even with the cats kind of fooling around with them. So anyway, it just gets the heat moving where you actually want it, not wasted up the back of a curtain. So you can see they're kind of adjustable depending on the size of your vent, and then the magnets just hold them. They just snap right on there. All right, guys. Now, as promised, I said I would talk about finances a little bit, so that's what I'm gonna do. I got my computer here in front of me to kind of help me out, and I will make sure I have some screenshots here for you guys. But first of all, I just wanted to go over like my budget, and this is my bank budget. I've got a money management kind of app with my bank, and I'm sure a lot of you guys too use that as well. If you don't, you really should. It's kind of nifty. And that just kind of gives me a high-level breakdown of where I've spent, what my income's been, and then each of those budget items and where those expenses fall into those categories, okay? So for the month of November, the budget items that I have food and dining, pets, bills and utilities. I've got a very small budget for entertainment, shopping, auto and transport, and then like a miscellaneous, okay? So most of those things automatically, most of my expenses automatically go into one of those categories. Not all of them do. Sometimes I have to go in and manually adjust them. If you've ever used Mint, it's very similar to that. So for me and my budgets, I spent $3,600. That is a little bit higher than what it's showing within my budgets. It's showing I spent around $3,000. And I've got budgeted about $2,000. My income was $2,800. So that's deposits only. Now, as far as paychecks versus like just general income, okay? So actual paychecks that I get from my job is just shy of $1,500. So it's about $2,800 income. Is that what I said? Yeah, $2,800 for income. So other means of income, and this is where, you know, everybody's got their own budget and their own way that they do things. So my family is very tight-knit. So what I mean by that is, okay, we went to Costco. And so that is reflected in my food and dining budget. So what I've got there plugged in is $200. I usually go over that. Like I've said in the past, Melissa and I go out to eat a lot. So we do spend a lot for food, even though, you know, we don't really buy a lot of meat, that sort of thing. So our Costco trip went under that line item, and it was $800. Woo, that's crazy, right? Well, we spent like $450 at Costco. Now, I bought some items for my brother. He paid me back cash. I bought some items for my mom. She paid me back cash. Now, does that cash always get deposited back into my bank account? Not always. Sometimes. So that other general income item is deposits. You know, maybe I took cans back. Maybe I sold a rabbit. You know, I sell something online and my PayPal deposits into that. Another example, the family being close. My mother and my father are on my phone plan. So my dad will transfer me money to cover the phone plan, you know, his portion of it. Sometimes that goes into my bank account, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of a moving budget. I'm not a strict budget person, but I try. So, other things that I went over on my budget. Bills and utilities. I went over on that. I don't know if I dove into that one on the screenshots, but that would be my electricity. So when I set the budget at $678, I think I set my electricity for like $150. It's going into winter, so it went up a little bit. Okay, so that one went over. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Pets, that one went over a little bit. And I don't know if I broke down when I went to Costco, you know, you can split those expenses. So for pets, I've got $200, and I've had that for a long time. It needs to go up significantly because we do have more animals. And when I say pets, that's just livestock. Orchland's expenses, vet bills, that sort of thing. And then just general shopping. I've got $100 on that one for my budget, and that one went over a little bit because of gifts. So we're kind of rolling into Christmas, and we've got gift expenses. What else have we got here? So yeah, I talked a little bit about what those expenses were. So bills and utilities, almost $900. Food and dining was very high, $800. Auto and transport. So that's my car payment, and that's gasoline. So that was $585. Pets, like I said, is very high. Home, that one's $360. That one never changes. That's my mortgage for my rental property. And so that's another one of those income deposits you'll see is I get paid rent for that. I also have a loan through Fidelity that I pay, but I am also getting paid back for that. So there's a lot of moving parts with my budget. And I don't know if any of this would be helpful to you guys. We'll try it, see if you guys like it or not. Like I said, this tool that I'm using, I think all banks have that available. And it's just a nice way to keep track of your expenses. You know, even just seeing your income versus your spending. So you look at my income versus my spending, that's not sustainable, okay? I spent over $3,000, I only earned $2,800. So where's that difference? So again, that's, you know, a little bit coming out of my savings, which is not sustainable. I also use Qapital with a Q. I've talked about that before as well. I've got a pretty big chunk of savings in that, but I also have my a Christmas account that I'd save money throughout the year for Christmas is in that Qapital, and I start dropping that money into my bank account. I transfer it back into that. So, like I said, lots of moving parts there, but I just wanted to, like I said, high level. If we want to get into the nitty-gritty, we can do that, but I thought these screenshots that I'm showing you guys, it is personal, but it's not showing you anything that I wouldn't share with someone on the street, right? So hopefully you get something out of that, and mostly what I want you to get out of that is just reviewing your expenses every month. You know, I try to look at this every month and kind of see, you know, where I screwed up, what I can do better next time, you know, what we need to tighten down on. That's kind of where I got idea. Well, maybe if we went to Costco and we got the dog food there, you know, somebody gave me that idea because I was kind of looking into it. What can I do? What else can I do for income? But mostly I try to look at reducing my expenses. To me, that's easier than, I don't want a full-time job. I could easily go take care of this budget, wipe it out, no problem, knock it out of the park, but I don't want to do that. So how can I reduce my expenses? So Mint is a resource. If for some reason your bank doesn't offer this tool, mint.com will sync with all of your accounts. It's got bill reminders on there. There's a lot of things on that app that's really good, but my bank started doing this, so I might as well just keep it all right there. But like I said, I do have other accounts and things kind of moving around. So it's not set in concrete for me, but it's really, really helpful. So again, hope this helped you guys out and is something that you can utilize for your family and your budget. All right, guys, well, I am winding down for the day with some cheap wine. I think it's Yellowtail Shiraz. Yes, indeedy it is, which I'm sure I bought because it was on IBotta for a discount or some such thing. And I'm working on some crafts for Christmas. I got a stamp kit and I got a lot of practicing to do, as you can see. Now this is just a cheap blank. I've got some other ones to make bracelets and that sort of thing. So it's fun, gives me something to do. I'm also working on trying to salvage a chicken skull, which I've never done before. And so that'll be interesting. So I got some projects I'm doing tonight. I just got the chickens put away. I'm gonna put supper in the oven. We're just doing pizza tonight. Keep it simple. And that's all I really got going on. But I'm gonna sign off here and work on this video as well as my other projects. And I hope you guys are well. I hope you're getting in the Christmas spirit. I know it doesn't look like it. We don't have like any Christmas decorations up, but I'm definitely more of a Christmas person than Melissa. It's like dragging her through mud to get her to celebrate Christmas. So I'm having fun with that challenge. So anyway, I wish you guys a great day. Hope you had a good one. And if you like the video and you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as liking the video. Really helps me out, boosts all those analytics and fun stuff, and it makes these videos easier for everyone else to find and enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed that finance part. I know it was kind of rough. I'll get it streamlined, but I really hope you got something out of it. Like I said, mint.com is where you get an app. Whew, I'm shaking like crazy. It's where you get the app that will help you out with analyzing your spending and that sort of thing. But other than that, that's all I got. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.